Hey guys, what's up? I got a new project today. I'm doing this pair of Allen Edmonds McAllisters. I'm gonna do a permanent patina. I kind of was a little bit skeptical about doing this. I'm a little bit afraid of ruining this particular pair of shoes, but I was wearing these the other day in the rain and I forgot to wipe them off and it got some water stains on there. I was trying to remove these water stains with a little bit of Saphir Reno mat, and this is actually only supposed to take off the waxes and polishes laying on top of the shoe. Unfortunately, I rubbed a little too hard and some of that finish came off, and as you can tell, this is a lot lighter than the rest of the shoe. So what I'm gonna have to do is completely strip the shoe of its original finish with some acetone, and then I'm gonna re-dye it, and then I'm gonna do some accent tones on the toe cap, and then some of the broguing around the shoe, and then on the heel as well. I'm hoping that it turns out okay. I've done this on another pair of shoes once. It actually ended up turning out quite nice for it being my first time. So I'm gonna give it a try. I have 4 different shades of brown. So I think I'm gonna start with a light tan as a base, and then I'm gonna do the accents with a tan or a light brown. I wanna stay away from those yellow tones. When I remove all the finishes and as much of the finish as I can remove with the acetone, you're still gonna have some color left. So whatever you apply on top of that, it's gonna take a different shade. So once I strip the shoe, I'm gonna test it out in the back part of the shoe just to see what kind of shade I get, because I don't wanna start applying it all over and then I don't like it. So yeah, so let's get started. I keep going, finish stripping these, and I'll be back. Okay, so here's the shoes completely stripped. So now I'm gonna go over the whole shoe with this light tan. Let's give this a try. So you don't want to oversaturate the brush. It's one of the mistakes I made with my first pair. So have a rag handy and kind of wipe off the excess. And then let's give this a try. All right, I'm gonna do the other one and then I'll come back. Okay, so now that I got the base color on here, it's a lot more orange than I anticipated. But we're gonna power through it. I think it's still gonna be a pretty unique color. So I'm gonna do some light brown accents. And once all that's done, we'll see how it turns out. And, you know, at the end, I'm not completely convinced. and try to do it all over again. So with this portion, you want to make sure that your brush is as dry as possible. Okay, let it dry for a few minutes, and then I'm gonna start the whole polishing process. When I'm done with the dye job, it's time to put that shine back on the shoes. Acetone and the alcohol-based dyes that we use, they really dry up the leather. So we definitely want to make sure that we put some moisture back into the leather. So we want to use the Zafira Novateur, and I'm gonna use a rag. I usually like to use my fingers, but because we just applied these dyes on there, some of it is not gonna be absorbed into the leather, so a lot of it is gonna come out once we add these moisturizers on here. So you're gonna see some of that color coming off. So you don't want to get that all over your fingers. We're gonna give it a few minutes for the moisturizers to soak into the leather. I'm done with this pair. They turned out really great. You always have to wait till you see the final product. As I was doing it, I got a little bit scared because yeah, they looked a little orange when I did the first base coat. But after doing the accents and then the polish, I'm loving how they turned out. So if you noticed, I switched from my neutral polish to a medium brown polish. The wax polish, even though it contains a little bit of pigment in it, it doesn't really change the base color of the shoe. It adds a little bit of pigment, but because the pigment that I used with the Phoebing's dye, it's a lot stronger than this medium brown. It's not gonna overpower this pigment at all. The other reason I changed that is because I've noticed lately, I don't know if anybody can corroborate this, but I've been having a really hard time getting the wax to stick. In some areas of the shoe, it just won't take the shine, and you can notice that the wax just keeps rubbing off. And I'm gonna put a picture on here of another pair of shoes that I was doing yesterday, and it just wouldn't take, and it took me forever, and it finally took that mirror shine. And that started to happen with this pair of shoes. And if anybody has had experience with something like that, let me know. Yeah, I think it's this neutral polish. I'm not 100% sure, but this is the only common denominator between the two pair of shoes. With this pair of shoes, I've always used the medium brown because it was another shade of brown, and I've never had that problem. With the other pair, which are a very light tan pair of shoes, I always use the neutral, and I've had that happen to me a couple of times. So I think that's what it is. So let's finish these off with the new pair of laces. These are from Whisker. They are a little more expensive than I would have wanted to pay for shoelaces, but they're actually pretty cool. They come with these little metal eaglets and have many color options. If you do a 5-pack, you get a pair free. So that's actually pretty cool. So I'm gonna put these on these shoes, and we'll call it a done project. And they are done. Yeah, man. Oof. They look amazing. Yeah. The other thing I like about these Whisker laces, they come with these like little thingies that you can wrap your other laces and store them in here, so you're not losing your old laces. Anyway, guys, that's it for this one. Comment, let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.